y'all, welcome back to Vlogmas Small Business Grant Edition, where we're doing 25 grants in 25 days. So make sure your bell is on so you do not miss these grant opportunities, and make sure you go back to that small business grant playlist and look at the other grant opportunities, because several of these grants have absolutely no deadline. Now, this grant opportunity is for $7,500 plus a $1,000 gift card, and the finalist gets $1,000 cash and a $250 gift card. Now, this grant opportunity is different from many grants that I have posted on this channel where you have to mail your application in. So not only do you need to make sure you don't miss the deadline, but you need to also make sure that it is postmarked by the deadline, and make sure that you are sending it with some type of tracking to ensure that they receive your application. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Ebony, a licensed attorney out of the state of Missouri, and on this channel, we focus on grants, legal tips, and setting the foundation for your business to get you to generational wealth, because yes, money is good, but we want our money to serve generation after generation after generation. Check out the small business grant playlist. There are several opportunities listed there. I post no deadline grants in there. I post no business needed grants in there. I post nonprofit grants in there and industry specific grants. And now we have our Vlogmas videos that are going to be in there as well. And y'all, I have two books. My first book is purely content for individuals that's like, I just want to read the stuff. I don't want to do too much more. We have a second book that is a workbook. It is 130 pages of content. It talks about if you get the grant, if you don't get the grant, applying for the grants, and it has fill in the blanks, it has quizzes, and it has coveted sample answers. Now, if you are on the fence and you're like, I'm not sure, I'm going to leave a link in the description to the website so you can see some of the 5-star reviews so you can make a more informed decision when you are making your purchase. And if you would like to further support the channel so I can continue to provide these resources free of charge on YouTube, come on over to the Patreon. I'm going to quickly share my screen so you can see what's in there in case you want to join. Here's the Patreon. Yes, the information is locked. However, once you become a member, the information will be unlocked. I post different grants in here. I post cohorts. I post articles. As you can see, we got a 10-week accelerator that was posted. We had a 5,000 grant that was posted. And then I sometimes will post the YouTube videos in case you had your bell on and you missed those opportunities. But pretty much, I post anything that I think will be helpful for you while you're on your entrepreneurship journey. But we're not going to stay over there too long because we're trying to figure out how are we going to get access to $7,500 and a $1,000 gift card. Yes, $7,500 small business grant opportunity plus a $1,000 gift card. But before we do that, y'all know what I'm about to say. Leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what type of business you have, city, state, and industry, because I am pulling from the comments, and that is how I am putting together these videos. So you could possibly have me find a grant in your city, state, and our industry for Vlogmas, or after Vlogmas if your comment gets in there a little bit too late. But this grant opportunity, y'all. Now, as I said, you have to mail it in, but then you also must have been in business after January 1st, 2020. So if you started your business before COVID, you are not eligible for this grant opportunity, but please go to that small business grant playlist. There are several opportunities that you are likely eligible for. On top of that, you must be a US citizen, and you only can apply 3 times. This wasn't clear if they meant 3 times over a lifetime or 3 times per grant period, because this is an annual grant. So if you don't apply this year, there's always next year. But remember, a grantor can close the grant at any time that they see fit. So if you have the capacity to apply today, apply today. Now, this grant will take more time than previous grants that I've posted. And I went through the application. We're not going to go through all of the questions, but they do have our typical questions. One of the questions is going to be your target market. We talk about this, y'all. You have to drill it all the way down, right? Sex, race, socioeconomic status, their hobbies, their geographical areas, their age, things that they're willing to pay for. And then another question that you must answer is, who are your competitors, but it has to be your direct competitors. And then also, what makes you stand out from your competitors? So essentially, what makes you innovative? And you already know there's probably plenty of people doing whatever it is that you're currently doing, and they want to know what differentiates you from your competitors. But most importantly, they're trying to see, have you done market research, not just on your target market, but also on your competitors. And this is a question I have not seen before. Why did you choose your brand name? So, what inspired you to name your company whatever you named your company? So, that's going to be an easy one for us to answer because I'm pretty sure you sat and thought about it and you came up with a reason as to why you selected that name. And then, what is your pricing strategy? How did you come up with the price that you're currently charging? But they also want to know, how does that compare to both your target market and your competitors? Again, they're making sure that you are doing your research, not just on your target market, not just on your competitors, but even when you picked your price, did you think about what is the market willing to pay for what you're providing? And what are your competitors who are seeing success? What are they charging? On top of that, because they got a lot of pricing questions, what's your break-even number? And as a business owner, you will need to know how to do a break-even analysis. And I recommend do a little bit of research on what is, break-even analysis. And then they will give you the formula on how you can figure out what that number is. But they are looking for that as well. And then you must be ready to produce on a national level. Because one of the questions that they ask you is, what is your production capacity? Essentially, they want to make sure that once they decide to work with you, because they're not just giving you cash, right? You're going to get mentorship, and y'all know, I believe mentorship is more valuable than the dollar amount because you get to skip those teachable moments. So they need to make sure that your business is scalable and that you are ready to produce on a national level. And with that, they want the trajectory for your business over a 3-year period. And they said your application should not be more than 25 pages. So they're asking for a lot of work, okay? And they also want 5 to 10 photos of your product. So please get a professional photographer, or I know there's people that do, Photoshop and AI, but make it look realistic. And y'all, remember, grants are taxable income. So with $7,500, you will have to pay taxes, okay? They're going to have you complete a W-9. So once you win this money, because you're gonna win it, make sure that you set a percentage aside from taxes. I am going to say this in every video as long as I remember to say it, because I do not want us to have our businesses not be as successful as they can be and get us to generational wealth because of back taxes. And I don't want back taxes to prevent you from getting future grants. And then I also don't want back taxes to have you have tax liens on your business or any of your personal property that you might have signed yourself up to be a personal guarantee on. Now, make sure y'all leave me that comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what type of business you have, city, state, industry, so I could potentially find a grant in your city, state, and or industry for you to be eligible to apply for. But with all of that, let's look at this grant. All right, y'all. This grant opportunity is sponsored by Halstead, and this is their annual award for emerging silver jewelry artists. So if you are someone that makes jewelry and you make silver jewelry as well, you are potentially eligible for this grant opportunity. This, of course, is one of our industry-specific grants. So thank you for the comment. And I was able to find this grant in our 25 grants for 25 days. So stay tuned because there might be one for your city, state, and our industry. Now, before we look into the application, I want us to click on past winners. I say anytime that a grantor is posting their past winners, go and look at them, because that's going to let you know Are you potentially aligned with who they have funded in the past? Okay, so scroll through here. I will go to their websites because I'm sure the winners have their own website of their jewelry. And then also look at their jewelry designs, right? What is it that they're looking for that is differentiating yourself from your competition? What makes you unique? Like this last winner, this within itself immediately stands out to me as something that I typically don't see when purchasing jewelry. But then when you go back to the home page, scroll down, y'all, this is a gold mine. The judges. I would do a tremendous amount of research on the individuals that are going to be judging you on your grant. They even tell you the grant judge for 2025. So it is clear that their website is up to date and that these are the individuals that are going to be judging your application. So that is something that you want to do immediately before you even start applying, right? Because if you're like, I might not be aligned with whatever it is, that you decide is not going to work for you in your business versus completing 25 pages and then you're potentially not eligible for the grant opportunity. Now, when you click on the application, you're going to have to give them your name, company, and email before you're able to download the application. So once you do that, you're going to click download application, and then it's going to take you to the application. I'm not going to go through all of the questions, but I want to take you to a page that I think is important to look at. So you see all of these QR codes is going to help you complete the application. So when you scroll through all of this, they give you a checklist. So making sure that you print it and do all of the check boxes, and they do require you to prepare every single page and then send them every single page of this application coupled with the additional documentation that you're going to have to provide to them. So we're going to scroll down and here we are. This is on page 4, but I'm just going to click on one of them. So your jewelry business toolkit, the grant resources. So if you click here, let's say you're on your computer versus you're using your phone, it tells you everything that you need to know. So how to prep for the application. So the FAQ, the PDF, the toolkit, the top 10 grant tips. So they literally want you to produce the most successful application to potentially walk away with this $7,500. They are not gatekeeping. But as I said at the top of the video, it is a lot of work and you must make sure that you mail your application in. And then once they get their application and then they call you and say, yes, you got $7,500 or yes, you got $1,000, you're going to leave me that comment. You're going to send me an email. You're going to send a smoke signal to say, I got the money, and we are going to celebrate you because you're getting that much closer to generational wealth, which is the goal of this channel. And specifically now that we're doing the 25 grants in 25 days for Vlogmas. Let me know if you like this because I'm thinking about doing it next year, y'all. But check out the ebook, check out the workbook, check out the Patreon, check out all things to support the channel. As always, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me virtually. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. And wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are having a beautiful day. And I will see you all next time.